Hi. So I'm going to be talking about the classical period. It took place between 1750 and 1820 during the Enlightenment. People were stressing the centrality of reason in human experience, and there was a social push in society towards order and reason. Time was spent valuing literature and discussing scholarly topics. Works of music were characterized by clarity and structure, natural simplicity, and logic. People in this time period were idealizing Greek and Roman culture. Music, in particular, had elements of Greek and Roman architectural style with its elements of repetition and regularity. Classical period music has emphasis placed on beauty, elegance, lyrical melodies, stepwise melodies, use of major and minor scales, repetition, and sequence. This fulfills the listener's need for unity and variety. Performances move from the palace to the concert hall. We have musicians who make a living as court musicians under the patronage system. They live under the discretion of a leader who decides what music they perform and what music they write, so they lose some of that freedom to perform and write whatever they want. And the concerto and the sonata are two examples of pieces and stylistic pieces that musicians compose and perform during this time. The concerto is a political rally with an inspiring leader and a large group, helping to advance a large group to a common purpose. It consists of three movements in a fast, slow, fast pace. It features a cadenza at the end. The cadenza is a soloistic instrumental passage. An example of a good cadenza is the cello cadenza, and that's by C.P. Ebach. Franz Joseph Haydn was a teacher of Beethoven's. He's known as the father of the symphony and the father of the string quartet. He wrote sonatas, concertos, and other various chamber music. One of his more popular pieces to listen to is called the Trumpet Concerto. Mozart began composing as a child, and he was a very versatile composer. He did symphonies, operas, concertos, chamber music, including piano sonatas, string quartets, string quintets, and he rejected the patronage system. He was a freelancing musician who wrote and lived upon his own discretion, performing however he wanted to. And one of his more popular operas is called Don Giovanni, and one of his most popular pieces is called Requiem. It was his last large-scale composition. It had four soloists, a chorus, and a large-scale orchestra. Beethoven and Mozart shared the allegro, sonata allegro form, and it consists of three main sections. It's an organizational structure based on contrasting musical ideas, and it's composed of exposition, development, and recap. Beethoven is well known for his 9 symphonies, named 1 through 9, and he also wrote concertos, piano sonatas, and chamber works, including string quartets. And what's unique about Beethoven is that he continued to write, compose, and perform as he struggled with the loss of his hearing. His final symphony includes chorus, vocal solos, and its final movement. Beethoven struggled with his loss of hearing, but he felt called upon to produce music. His art was all that withheld him. He also did sonatas, as I explained, and sonatas were they were designed more for an intimate, expressive space with 1 to 2 performers and either piano alone or with 2 instruments. And the Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven is a beautiful piece to listen to. But Beethoven wrote for wealthy patrons and earned money from public concerts. He was the first to receive salary while allowed to compose however he chose to. But it's amazing that this music that was written over 200 years ago is still available for us to listen to, and it's something that we still appreciate, and I'm thankful that I get to hear the incredible works of Beethoven and Mozart whenever I want to. I think that these people were incredible. And the classical period was extremely influential for other music that followed after. So, thank you for listening.